Alright, in we go to the first stretch of Garlemald. I am not so arrogant as to think I can get done with all of it in one night. So we'll make a good effort. Kryl and Grahatia were having a pleasant conversation until you barged in. Oh, there you are! Feeling refreshed, I hope? I was about to make my way to the studium, as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Scarlark Monteshane and thank him for coming to our rescue in the Rostra. As it turns out, he had come here to see us following the hearing, only to find out that we'd already departed for Thavnir. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Y'shtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Sure. Then it's settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphinaud can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to the phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studium for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I have to speak with Alice first. Rude. It was just straight up headed for the studium. Heading out for a stroll. The Scarlark himself was here. In that case, what are you waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alphinaud, of all people, worrying over his reputation, and at our alma mater, no less. Will wonders never cease? You'll understand soon enough. Off we go. Zoom. Quest name is Sound the Bell School's Inn. Here it is, Phenomenon. Well, I expect you made note of it before. One can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of etherological phenomena, hence the name. Though with ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, Phenomenon was decreed complete and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in etherology, the arcane, the occult, astromancy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Charlian's foremost educational institute. You always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed, I've lost track since lost track of how many times he has recited the same foppish speech, such as his undying love for his old stomping ground. He was in top form back then, youngest to enter the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and etherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on. You both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphanode actually entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors, and I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater. In all respects have I ever been in his shadow. If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphanode Leveilleur began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alphanode, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Well, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholar Montaigne. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. All right. Oh, just a sec. That was Alphanode Leveilleur, wasn't it? The Alphanode Leveilleur! And he's with his sister and Master Baldesian's granddaughter! This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! We're just looking for Montaigne. Oh, sorry. You said you're looking for the Scholark, yes? Knowing him, he could be anywhere, but Miss Eliapo should have a better idea. Eliapo. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait. Don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner, fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Ahem! Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to Searchers Meet. Let me start with a question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the studio? That's right. Books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal with here at Searchers Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Pysa this, tongue of Gigantode that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information on the Scholark's whereabouts. I beg your pudding? You're not a gleaner? Then this was all an elaborate ruse? No, wait. Come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios, not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. Ha! In the time it's taken me to tell you all of this, the Scholark has probably already left. Best of luck in finding him. I have a feeling you'll need it. Thanks, I think. All of you are going to be quests for me. But not yet. Haha! Yes, the Scholark was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though we spoke at length, I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums? Yes, I see. My mini-map tells me it's somewhere around here. Oh no! I have to change jobs. First, the lookout point. Vista Record Learners Meet. This public lecture hall and phenomenon is open to the student pupils and Charlian citizens alike. When prominent professors are scheduled to take the lectern, crowds of aspiring academics and established scholars often fill a room to capacity. Sir?
おや、お主は先日の。
ああ、こちらにいらっしゃいましたか。モンティシェーニ学長、先日は大変お世話になりました。
お主らも来ておったか。いやあれは災難じゃったのう。どうにか軽い措置で済んでよかったわい。わしは教え子たちのなぜを極力封じたくはないからの。
本当にありがとうございます。あの後バルデシオン文館の方にもいらしてくださったとか。
ガラフやルイゾアの孫たちに会いたくてな。まったく大きくなったものじゃ。サーモン会での受け答えを聞いたとき、ジジイを代表して泣くかと思ったわい。お主もこの子らやあの的尾やババアの弟子まで連れてよくもまあうまくやっておる。うちの教授たちにくせ者の扱い方を一つ伝授してほしいくらいじゃ。
学長、折り入って相談なのですが、哲学者議会の思惑や重大な役目というものについて何か教えてもらうことはできないでしょうか。
残念ながらそれはできん。わしも議員の端くれとして決定に従うことを誓っておる。あるいは話そうと思ってもできないと言った方が正しいかもしれんがの。わしらが代々継いできた使命は果てしなく重い。不用意に明るみに出れば世を大きく混乱させかねないものじゃ。よって議会の承認を得なければそれについて話せないという秘匿の魔法がかけられておるのじゃよ。
I'm surprised they're allowed to speak about the enchantment.
そんなことができるものなの？
では久々に講義をするとしようかの。
I want those finger stalls.
みな席に座りなさい。
I don't really care about the rest of the outfit. I know a lot of people are interested in it, but I just want those finger stalls.
おほん。ではまずエーテル学の基礎をおさらいしよう。我々のような生命が有するエーテルは大まかに3種類に分かれておる。魂、記憶、そして
corporeal either.
お見事、正解じゃ。多くの人にとって最も身近なエーテルはまさにその生命力じゃろう。魔法を使うことで発散させたり、食事から摂取したりと日常的に消費と補給を繰り返している、とても流動的なものじゃ。一方で魂はそうそう変化をすることがない。そして記憶は魂と固く結びついているのじゃ。あくまで例えじゃが、魂を紙、記憶をそこに書かれた文字と考えると分かりやすいかもしれんの。さて、そこに記憶と同質のエーテルを強く放射したらどうなる？
下に書かれた文字が記憶が読めなくなる。
まさにそういった理屈で記憶を封じたり、それにまつわる行動を制限する術があるのじゃ。実は近年この現象が大規模に発生した事件があった。何かわかるかね？
The calamity.
第7零祭だ。エオルゼアの人々はダラガブから現れた竜が世界を焼き尽くしたところまでは覚えているという。しかしその後どう再生したのかについては一様に記憶が曖昧だと証言していた。
正解じゃ。それが偶然に起きたことなのか、誰かの意志でなされたのかはわからんがの。しかし記憶に干渉する術はシャーレアンにおいても禁忌のものとされておる。哲学者議会にしても新たな議員に九段の使命を告げた時のみ秘匿の術をかけているのじゃ。それを乱用して神を操るようなことは断じてありえん。どうかそこは信じてほしい。
ちなみにそうして塗りつぶされた記憶が元に戻ることはないのですか？
議員にかけられている秘匿の術に限って言えば、議会で9割以上の賛成を得れば解除でき、目するしかなかった真実を自由に話せるようになる。その機会を得られなければ正解に帰るまで待つしかないの。
Time to go question some souls.
正解では全ての魂が現れる。まずは汚れ、すなわち
Ooh, that's foreshadowing.
魂や記憶に付加されたものが消え、 ついで記憶が溶けて消えるのじゃ。ごくまれに消えない入れ墨のように残る記憶もあるそうじゃがの。
現れた魂はどう？
ほどけて無垢のエーテルとなり、いずれ別のエーテルと結びついて新たな魂を形作るとされておる。一方でほどけないままで物質界に流れ、別の生命として再誕する可能性についても長年提唱されておる。わし個人としてはいずれかが正しいのではなく、どちらの場合もあり得ると考えておるがの。さて、お主らを地の深淵に突き落としたところで、今日の講義はここまでとしようかの。
Banquet indeed.
かような理由で協力はできんが、魔法大学学長として見込みあるワコードに学びの援助をすることはできる。皆がここフェノメノン大講堂を利用できるよう取り計らっておくとしよう。卒業生のみならずバルデシオン委員会の協力者についてもな。
Why, thank you.
職員のキー・アリアポーに聞けば、共に切磋琢磨できる学友も見つかろうて。大いに学び楽しむがよいぞ。
Delightful man. He also loves causing trouble for other forum members, I can tell. You've been granted the run of Phenomenon. If you're game, Chialayapo would put your artisanry to good use. If she can, some other time. Some of my earliest memories are of Scholar Montagene, actually. He was a close friend of our grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the studium in the first place. While Scholar Montagene is best known for his role as head of the studium, he is said to be one of the finest mages Charlene has ever produced. Having seen for myself the ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. Kyle is still digesting a rather hefty portion of food for thought. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the forum's true motives, and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way you could better acquaint yourself with Chialayapo, as the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. Y'all really want me to pick up those quests. I'm really not doing it today. I want to spend time doing those timelines separately. You'd better not let your guard down around Chi. One small favor becomes another, then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics, and as the scholar said, it could also lead to interesting discoveries. It seems I've done an adequate job of relaying Scholar Monteshane's lecture to Raha. Given his experiences in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Estinian returned not long after we departed for the studio. A shame that he missed the chance to attend our lecture with the Scholar, or perhaps not. Having spent most of the time in Thavner, I've yet to fully grasp the lie of the land here in Charlian. Even finding my way to the Annex proved a challenge. Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studio proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warning scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limsa Liminsa. Limsa? So the time has come for us to go on the offensive? It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Look, you've got the biggest arms. Phew! I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain, though. Ritra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I have little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were to be found consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa Liminsa. If you learn aught of interest, be sure to let me know. In the meantime, I will do what I can to aid our cause, though I fear that will be precious little given the circumstances. Ah, I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Elder Seed Seer and the Sultana. 3 of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or shall I show you to them? I'm good, thanks. With me there, that makes 4 of the most powerful women. My apologies for calling you away from Charlian at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the boarding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Charlian, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahagin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. but your triumph in Radzatan has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace, and it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telephoroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabard contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they serve the Telephoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive or forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telephoroi. They're certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabard contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. For honor and glory. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabard. Raban and Lord Emeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telephoroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it or better upon your return. And suddenly the music's over. Okay. Speak with Raban in the Alamigan Quarter. Amaric asks after me. Say I'm getting on fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the cord. I must quiz Thancred and Urianger on the conditions we can expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? Will I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit sensitive at times. I'll admit, this is all rather daunting, though not quite in the way I was expecting. We'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with our alliance's finest, the best of the best, the warrior of light and, well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps this is my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about, marching into Garlemald. You know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Ilsebard contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? Ah, fancy meeting you here. I trust our mutual friend is settling into life as a scion. Collaboration never was his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go like a gaily cat swept up in a strong breeze. But rest assured, he will always be there when you need him. Probably. Ah, the Wanderer's return. You've been busy, bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Emeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we've seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsebard contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Emeric's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilsebard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again! Much has occurred since we parted ways in Verlight. From what I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion has been a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telephoroi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsebard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question my motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of the former legatus and attempt to raise me into a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I'm branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. We will deliver your people from harm, in your stead. For what it is worth, you have my gratitude. You and your comrades have the strength and courage to deliver my countrymen. I am certain of it. In light of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. May I escort you to our friends inside? You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two, and if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. Oh, now I gotta talk to all of you. There's so much dialogue. Once we've seen the contingent on its way, I will return to my duties here in Alamigo. As many of our most capable will be traveling with you to Garlemald, we who remain will have to fight that much harder to make up the difference. But let no man say I do not welcome the challenge. Aye, this old bull isn't ready to hang up his horns yet. I neglected to mention earlier that we received a report from our troops that may be of interest to you. While engaged with a lunar primal, a great worm swooped down from the skies above and came to our aid. This worm, as described, was the spitting image of Tiamat. It would seem she too continues to wage war against the Telephoroi. Like Gaius, I too stand accused of Varys' murder, though I am rather less recognizable on sight. Still, it's something to bear in mind once we reach Garlemald. So that's Gaius Belisar. The horrors he must have seen, many of his own making, I do not doubt. With the knowledge that our allies will hold the line in our absence, we may devote our attention to the Ilsabardian front. I suppose it's easy for some people to forget there are civilians in Garlemald, too, when only the Imperials they've ever known are soldiers. Regardless of how my countrymen receive you, the cold will not treat you kindly. Underestimate it at your peril. The other members of the Ilsbard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. Ah, the remaining scions. Your friends and most of the Ilsabard contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through? I don't know how many confirmations I have to hit to say yes. Oh my god.
お前たちも来たか。勝手にことを進めて悪かったな。
でもなかなか壮観でしょ。彼らが名手代行として今回の任務に当たるもの。いえ、帝国との未来を担うものと言うべきかしら。各国から集まったイルサバード派遣団の面々よ。こちらとしても驚くばかりで、まさかこういった形で再びキコーラと肩を並べることができようとは。
ルキア殿。
アイメリク様よりこたびの大役を賜った。この派遣が多くの国、ガレマール帝国にとっても良い結果を残せればいいと考えている。そのためにどうか力を貸してほしい。改めてよろしく頼む。
こちらこそ頼りにさせてもらいます。できることならば過去より未来に向けて共に道を探していきましょう。
では顔合わせも兼ねて派遣団の皆を紹介しよう。皆集まってくれ。暁も到着した。そろそろ始めよう。
Take virtually all of my job quest people.
.ではそちらから頼めるだろうか。
分かったよ。僕はアルン・センナ。我が姉カヌエ・センナの命により三重の幻術工としてグリダニアからの志願者を扱ってきた。ガレマルドにおいて君たちや救助すべき者の命を守るのが僕たちの役目だ。だからギルドの長から推薦を受けた幻術師たちを連れてきた。奏者島からその護衛に当たる者もね。 君ほどの白魔導士がいるなら心配はないだろうけど、ラヤお姉様が君に会ったらよろしくって言ってたよ。
じゃあ次は俺たちだな。
あんた断罪党の
ああそうだよ、シカルドだよ。この前はダセえとこ見せたな。どの面下げてこんなところにと思っちゃいるな。提督から相談を受けたヒルヒルのおじきがお前が見てこいって言うもんだからよ。そこでダダをこねちゃいよいよ断罪党の恥さらしだろ。俺は海賊だ。だからこそ乗った船に命を預けなきゃならねえ。今回は帝国から奪うのもなしにして船長の言うリムサロミンサの新しい航海術にかけてやるよ。ってわけでカジシと甲冑師を預かってきた。ガレマルドならどんな状態になってても鉄はあるだろう。こいつらがいれば寝る場所でも何でもこしらえられる。グリダニアと同じく護衛役も連れてきてるぜ。まあ生きのいい公兵部隊だとでも思っといてくれや。
意気込みはバッチリだね。これは私たちも負けてられないな。アラミゴとウルダ派からもナナモ様とラウバーンの呼びかけに応じて人が集まってくれたんだ。ガレマルドが崩壊してるなら道を開くのにも人手がいるでしょ。そうでなくてもテロホロイに襲撃されるかもしれない。そんな時に頼れる仲間たちよ。もちろん私とピピンも存分に使って。
Leading from the front.
久々にあなたの暴れているところが見られそうね。今はどちらかというとシュトラの方が大暴れなんじゃない？魔女様は怒らせるとおっかないって話に聞いてるよ。帝国では厳しい現実が待ってると思う。それでもみんなとあなたたちと一緒にできるだけのことをしていきたいんだ。今度はもっと多くの人に本当の自由が訪れるように。少しの間かもしれないけどまたよろしくね。イシュガルドからも対テロフォロイの戦力および労働力として私を含めた新歴史団が参加させてもらう。帝とガレマルドがあるのは極寒の地だ。雪中での任務とあらばいくらか助言できることもあるだろう。そういった理由で派遣団の総指揮も私が拝命することとなった。不詳ながら尽力させてもらおう。また四大名家、特にアインハルト家の計らいで飛行士にも同行してもらうことになっている。彼らの技術は魔導兵器や帝国製の機器にも通用する部分があるからな。カイトの鍛冶師や甲冑師と共に活躍してくれるだろう。
Shit, that's all we needed. We're set.
それからキコーラには
Just the
もう一人
machinists,
紹
thank
介
you.
を。
エマネランドの
ようフォルタン家を代表してエマネランド・フォルタン、ここに参上したぞ。言っとくが急に強くなってるとかないからな。兄貴が和平を目指すための派遣なら実にお前向きだって押し付けてきたんだよ。
He sounds so piked.
そりゃ舞踏会の一つでもあれば速攻で帝国人とダチになれる自信がある。なくても正直戦えって言われるよりは自信があるけどな。
May your graceful prancing lead the way to victory.
さすが俺のマブダチ。任せてくれ。涙ながらに留守番してるオノロアにも楽しい話を持ち帰ってやらなきゃいけないからな。
Oh, thank God you left him home.
以上がグランドカンパニーエオルゼアからの参加者だ。あとは東方連合からも来るはずなのだが、到着が少し遅れているらしい。
っていうとドマの忍びの人たちとか？
And
い
more.
や、あいつらは広い東方連合をつなぐために奔走してる。飛燕からの伝言によれば同じくらい頼もしい連中をよこしてくれるそうだが。
おいてめえ、俺の前を塞ぐなクソ男。
And gunbreakers.
遅くなってすみません。東方連合よりイルサバード派遣団に加えていただくべく参上いたしました。シリナ、それにみんなも？
俺たちの草原にはトートやらも出てこなかったもんでな。いくらかはドマだのどこだのに向かわせたが、俺もいい加減皮生地にそうなんだ。さあ、一番前に出せ。殲滅だ。
サドゥさん落ち着いて。今回はダメです。皆殺しは控えて。
噂に聞く草原のアウラ族と共闘できるとは光栄だ。そして後ろにいるのはもしや。
はい、ダルマスカ解放を目指すレンテの涙の皆さんです。それ
ボズヤ・レジスタンスの精鋭だな。どちらも腕が立つ上に隠密活動もお手の物だ。彼らがいれば俺一人で広い帝都を探索せずに済むだろう。
ダルマスカにオズヤ、先の戦いで解放されたアラミゴモだが、帝国によって侵略を受けた土地だ。ここに集まってくれた皆の意志を疑うわけじゃない。それでも今回帝都に向かうのはテロフォロイによって被害を受けた同志を助けるためだ。だとすればかえって苦しい思いをしてしまう者もいるのではないだろうか。
実はね、ここに集まっているのよりも大勢の人が派遣団への参加を辞退してるんだ。多分アラミゴだけじゃなくて他の国でも。どんな理想があったって帝国とは散々戦ってきたんだもの。仕方ないよね。でも帝国と相対してきたからこそ知ってることもある。ガレマールの旗のもとにいる人も人だった。許せない奴がいて嫌な思いもいっぱいしたけど、だけどそれだけじゃなかったんだ。ポルドラと話せたみたいに、シドたちがいつも全力で協力してくれたみたいに。あのガイウスが今ウェルリトの暫定政府に協力してるのだって。派遣団に志願したのはそれを体感してきた人、あるいは自分の考えや信念で割り切ることができた人。 お互いの未来を考えるにはまず生きててもらわなきゃいけないってちゃんとみんな分かってるんだ。
すまない。余計な心配だった。私も思いは同じ。この任務共に必ずやり遂げよ
では具体的な作戦を確認するとしよう。我々が目指す帝都ガレマルドは北州イルサバード大陸の北方中央山脈を越えた先にある。今回はここアラミゴからガーロンド・アイアンワークス提供の飛空艇に乗り山脈越えを決行する予定だ。ただテロフォロイが迎撃してくる可能性もある。彼らが帝国を牛耳っている以上飛空戦艦を使われることや妨害波でこちらの航行を妨げてくる事態についても考慮しておく必要があるだろう。
そこで提案させてもらったのが中央山脈と帝都の間に広がる大雪原マグナ・グラキエスで飛空艇を降りるという計画です。帝都までは徒歩での雪中行軍となりますが、かの雪原にはもともと物資輸送に用いていた設備や道がある。何より見通しがいい。任務中は飛空艇を防衛し続けなければならない以上守りやすい場所に止めるのは有効かと。
今も各地でテロフォロイの計略に抗っている同胞たち、そして厳しい状況下にあると思われる帝国民のためにも一刻も早い行動が望まれている。皆迅速に準備を進めてほしい。出来次第の出発としよう。
We all came here ready to go. Oh boy, there's a lot of people to talk to. Let's start with Stephanivian. If it is Adelynde, 'tis no thanks in no small part to you that the manufactory's future is looking brighter than ever, my friend. I am pleased to report that I and a handful of my colleagues have been selected to join the contingent. Ere the expedition has ended, even the Temple Knights will be singing our machinist's praises, once they have borne witness to not only our mechanical proficiency, but our combat prowess too, of course. Let me have a look at you. A touch nervous to enter the battlefield, perhaps? Well, I shall be out here alongside you as a Temple Knight serving with your fine van. Though I may not look it, I was the Azure Dragon once upon a time. So you can rest assured I will give all that I have in the coming fight. I certainly won't be shown up by you or Estinian. Well, well, if I had known what a social gathering this would turn out to be, I'd have dressed for the occasion. Still, this seems the perfect opportunity to mingle with the other guests. Would I be correct in assuming those ladies over yonder are Serena and Sadu of the Steppe? Perhaps I should introduce myself, though I don't much like the look of that fellow with the enormous axe. Hey Tancred, what's up? I have close ties with the scouts of the Eastern Alliance and the various resistance groups, and they're an absolute joy to work with. I mean, I know. Blessed are we to have made countless steadfast allies o'er our journey's course. Indeed, we are joined today by many new acquaintances, who in time shall we come to call our comrades and mayhap friends. I'm glad to see you well, Adelynde. Grandmother was worried for you. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contingents, the gods sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and as they danced, the world fell to ruin. In blinding chaos she spied blackened silhouettes, and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save as a sign that great danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. I care not for the Iron Men or their troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. Even so, I will do as I have agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Serena's request, and if she thinks it a worthy cause, that is reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. She is much better company on a night than any of the steppes oafish men could dream to be. With the mole, champions of the Nadam, and the Dotharl having sent so many here, I had thought to defend the steppe in their absence. And I would have done so were it not for my step-brothers. They urged me to grant our allies the sun's might, that his radiance may deliver them unto victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of this feral Dotharli dog, as first among my brothers I could do no less than accept this challenge. My deeds will become the stuff of legends. You certainly don't lack for confidence. I cast my lot with the Populares to bridge the divide between Garlemald and her territories, that all may be united in common cause. But we were disparaged as a radical element, dissenters looking to destabilize the Empire from within. Many friends and even my parents perished in unfortunate accidents. I too would surely have met the same fate had I not defected. Nevertheless, I still dream of equality and peace for all of us. As the world itself stands on the brink of collapse, I hold out hope that one day that dream will become reality. I'm so glad I found you. I've for you a letter from Master Haman. Let's read it together, shall we? Now let's see here. Ahem. I've every confidence that your fists shall bring the Telephroi to their knees, and should you espy any beautiful maidens thereabouts, perhaps sing to them my praises? Charming, master. Well, more fool me for thinking that letter would contain something actually inspiring. Let's just, forget this note exists and focus on the battle ahead. We came as quickly as we could. We would follow your example and devastate the Telephroi with the full extent of our powers. Worry not for your brothers, Busi. We will return soon enough. Often has father told me of the struggles faced by Alamigo in the days of occupation, and I too have crossed swords with the Empire on many occasions. Though Garlemald has long been our bitter enemy, her grace has elected to bolster the Ilsabard contingent with members of the Immortal Flames. As representatives of the Sultanate, we are one in our commitment to the cause. It seems so long ago we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azim Steppe with Serena and the others. I'd say we're overdue for another adventure. Ah, it brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. We've been through so much together. Good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will mostly be the latter, but I'd like to believe we'll look back on these days more fondly in the years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, aye? I'm here representing the Marauders Guild, and it's my job to keep the Smiths out of harm's way. Mind you, with them hammers of theirs, they can put up a fair fight themselves. With a bit of luck, this'll be over and done with before you know it. Maybe when this is all over, you could pay the Axemaster a visit. He still tells all the new recruits about the time he killed Kujata and avenged that boy's parents. I remember it like it were yesterday. I have led the troops into battle many a time, but never a unit with such a diverse range of talents. While I've been briefed on their capabilities, I expect you could provide additional insight into their strengths and weaknesses. I'd appreciate any advice you may have. Until the Empire fell, Garleans were the only ones we was allowed to impose tariffs upon at sea. Weren't easy pickings, but I made myself a pretty gill. Since they've been so generous to me in mine, perhaps it's time I returned the favor and gave a little something back. Why can't I talk to my scholar mentor? It's annoying. Oh, it's because I'm not a scholar. That's why I can't talk to him either. He's my bard mentor. In case you were wondering, Esquiva will be staying behind to defend the Twelveswood with my sisters. She was of the opinion she would make a useful addition to our contingent, and was eager to make good on her vow to accompany me as well, which was flattering, but ultimately it was decided that her skills would be better put to use keeping our homeland safe. I am of course obligated to share with her every detail when I return. We've been part of joint military operations like this before, and with far greater numbers, but for some reason this feels very different to our previous experiences. Despite having shared little more than introductions, there is already a palpable sense of camaraderie. It's because I know all of them. This is extraordinary. To be in such company, the finest our allies have to offer. With comrades such as these, we are bound to succeed. I'm certain of it. I did not expect to see the other former Azure Dragoon here of all places. As he well knows, I'm not one for verbose greetings. We shall instead let our lenses do the talking once we are on the battlefield. Then we'll see if the other has been diligent in his training. I was half expecting to find the man who taught me red magic amongst our number, but he's nowhere to be seen. I suppose he's had his share of unpleasant experiences with the Empire, but so have we all. Perhaps there's some other reason. Well, in any case, I have a feeling I'll see him again once this is all over. I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised by how much my swordplay's improved since we last met. Am I not a red mage? No, I'm a red mage. Yeah, it's the correct level, too. I don't know why he's not here. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilsabard. They would also likely provide tempting targets for abduction by the Telefroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Warding scales for the Ashgardian delegation, I take it. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Aymeric. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. That a set of warding scales I spy? Not that I would know what they'd look like. Wow, look at these! Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves? Is that the right term? Anyway, I'll give these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Say it, sister. I hear you've got something for us. I sure do. Ah, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, aren't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing. I know what you're all thinking. Why didn't they send Ainzar instead? Buggered if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hillfire told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. I can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what a good pirate is on dry land, in the middle of the sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever needs doing, so let's set sail, or however the saying goes on airships. Yes? So these are the famed warding scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. I wish to follow in the steps of Master Otoa and learn all there is to learn at this star we call home. Indeed, that is the primary reason I volunteered to join the expedition. To journey outside the Twelves Wood, much less enter into Imperial territory, is a rare privilege afforded to Patchel. Not that I'm tagging along to see the sights. The Garleans would benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades should fighting break out. We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. Except for Sadu there. Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Ah, before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands and times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, much like much of Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet, while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hien and Ugri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid we will keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Do you have a warding skill for me too? I sure do. Thank you for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You have been told by many to wear the cold of Ilsabard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I hope be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist's Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now, let us proceed to the Almegan Quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. Let's get it moving on! Since my revival, I've been lax in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back to Old Charlian? I recall a rather fetching coat. Preparations. I've got my armor and my lance. What more could I need? If you've anything you still need to take care of, you'd better see to it now. Concoctions to fortify the flesh against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Eldon markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. 'Tis said, however, that in recent days the Alchemists Guild have produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Mayhap the achievements of their Thavnarian counterparts did spur them to action, that they'd not be put to shame. This coat is quite warm, but I have something rather thicker for occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. It's something of a constant refrain that we require warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking, for collar notwithstanding. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of scions in need of a tailor I hear? Yahoo! But how? Mwah, I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsevard without telling me? Ha! Nothing escapes my notice. Now you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather, the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? Ah, I did have one other thing to share. Artemis and Bluomwida have finally returned from assignments in a faraway land. They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlian? Oh, why not? You can keep Kryl company in the Baltesian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard Artemis and Bluomwida did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we've nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world, if anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'd be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Why, thank you. Very kind. I am gonna go put some boots on. some mittens. I'll take a look. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to know. And let us grab... three of these. What is this glamour? Axe of the Goddess. And let's pop that in. Glamour dresser. Let's put on our nice new winter coat. Some rebel boots. Don't have many mittens. That's fine. That'll do. Oops. Let's update the profile picture. Save. Cute. And we are now ready to embark on our journey to the cold. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is! Alright, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Great! It's an honor to finally meet you. We of the Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains and into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was our most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there is aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you are ready to depart, I will ready the engines. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. And that's why this is only Garlemald Part 1. There's a lot going on in Garlemald. I feel like it's going to take me days to get through it all.
イルサバード大陸を横断する中央山脈。連なる険しき山々を派遣団を乗せた飛空艇は堅実な航行で越えおおせた。一行が降り立ったのは帝都外縁偉大なる雪原マグナ・グラキエス。突者の来訪を拒むかのように凍てつく風が吹き荒れていた。
Yes, yes, we're all cold.
偵察隊を率いて先行しているサンクレッド殿から連絡があった。この先に武装した帝国兵の一団が陣を構えているそうだ。
生き残りの人たちってこと？
そうだな。ただ無事というわけではないようだ。偵察隊に同行している牧島殿によると、一団を率いているのは第三軍団長ウェルギリア。従えている兵には第三軍団と第一軍団の者が混在しているらしい。
第三軍団といえばバリス艇が崩御した後に即位を宣言した皇族のネルワ氏とつながりがあるのでしたね。一方で第一軍団はバリス艇の直属だ。ネルワ氏の即位を認めず両者は対立していたはず。
その通り。帝都で起こっていた戦闘も少なくとも当初のうちは第三対第一という図式だったと聞いている。それが不可解にも一つにまとまり、崩壊したはずの帝都を守っているということは、
テロフォロイによってテンパードにされている可能性が高い。
で、どうするよ。略奪に来てるなら正面から勝ち込むが、そうじゃねえだろ。
ああ、テンパードになっていても彼らは帝国の民、我々が保護すべき対象だ。戦闘そのものは避けられないだろうが、できるだけ双方の被害を抑えつつ彼らを無力化させることを狙いたい。
兵器の破壊、それから気絶させたり拘束したりだね。もちろん不可能ではないけど、混戦になると厳しいかもしれないな。
サンクレットのことです。何か作戦を提案してはいませんでしたか？
ご明察だ。偵察隊はベルギリア軍団長たちの背後に回り、彼らの補給地に侵入したそうだ。そこで待機中の魔導兵器を一斉に破壊してもらう。これが成功すれば前衛への増援を立てるのみならず、一部が引き返してくれる可能性もあるだろ
う。なるほど。 分散してくれれば対応できなくはない。
では偵察隊による破壊工作が済み次第、我々は2つの隊に分かれて進もう。前衛を受け持つ本隊と後方で物資の輸送を受け持つ視聴部隊だ。暁の皆にも各隊への助力を願いたい。特に貴公は随一の手だれだ。視聴部隊のしんがりを守りつつ、戦況次第では前に上がってもらえるだろうか。
作戦は提案通りに決行だそうです。健闘を祈る。おもちゃを壊すときは派手にをお願いと。
ヤシトラだな。彼女の期待に沿うのは難しそうだが、まあ前処はするさ。俺たちのやることをもう一度確認しておこう。一つ目は待機中の魔導兵器に爆薬を仕掛けること。起爆は脱出した後にするから、あくまで設置だけでいい。二つ目は自律型魔導兵器の制御端末を停止させることだ。これができればすでに前線に上がっている機体も含めて動きを止められるはず。以上2点。場所の分担はさっき伝えた通りだ。この吹雪が味方してくれている間に頼むぞ。
各人の状況は私が取りまとめ、通信でお伝えしましょう。しかしあなたは本当にお一人でいいのですか？
ああ、その方がむしろ好都合だ。勝手にやらせてくれれば結果は保証する。
わかりました。どうかお気をつけて。
Just what everyone was hoping for. A stealth mission! Assuming there's nothing else we wish to confirm, we may commence the mission as soon as you are ready. Let's go. I guess.
それじゃあ行動開始といくか。
Turn around. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, that was the wrong button.
見つかったか。 こちらサンクレット。爆薬は仕掛け終えたぞ。
こちらマキシマ。他の部隊も順調です。あなたは続けて魔導兵器の端末へ。北西の方向です。
了解だ。目的を達成した部隊は予定の位置で待機していてくれ。
Oh no. No one saw. Oh shit. No! No, I don't know what you're talking about. They don't know shit.
焦りすぎたな。
I'm really not built for stealth missions. Doing the best I can. Look, the fact that I only had to kill like 3 people was amazing. I feel like that should be acknowledged. And I didn't fail.
お疲れ様でした。皆さんご無事で何よりです。
あっちの準備は大丈夫そうか。
ええ、本隊、視聴部隊ともにいつでも立てるとのことです。
了解だ。それじゃあ出発の合図らしく派手に行くか。
A few moments later, at the rear of the Ilsebard contingent supply caravan.
Fubuki, 止んだわね。そろそろ前を行ってる本体が相手の前衛とぶつかる頃かしら。ヤシトラたちもあっちについてるし、大丈夫だとは思うけれど。
Yeah, they're coming.
みんな、
偵察隊を放ってたのはこっちだけじゃねってか。全員担当のキャリッジを死守しよう。応戦すんぞ野郎ども。
Don't yell that out. I'm just gonna tell everyone our weakness.
落ち着いてまず戦えないものを守るんだ。よし、敵が途切れた。今のうちに体勢を整えよう。君は前のキャリッジの援護に向かって。
さすがマグナっていいところに。みんな粒子戦争の英雄が来たぞ。踏ん張れ。よっしゃー。って戦闘のキャリッジが苦しそうだな。お前は言ってやれ。ここは俺が任された。
I think Sickard's troop, they're doing just fine.
お前が上がってきたってことは手こずってるのは俺たちだけか。へっ、上等だ。海賊の意地ってものを見せてやれよ。ぶちかましてやれ。
Are warriors. You can't stop us.
敵の増援が途切れたか。おい、後ろはどうだ。
問題ないよ。あとは僕たちだけで守りきれる。
だそうだ。ならお前は本体の方に合流しろ。あっちも交戦中だ。誰かが英雄を待ってるかもだろ。
Isn't this the front? Oh my god. And more? Isn't this the front? I'm so confused. Wasn't I at the front? Oh, okay. Meanwhile, on the front line. First Legion.
やりすぎないようにね。あなたの槍はとびきり強烈なのだから。
He's like, what? I didn't kill him.
言われなくても加減はしてるさ。だがいかんせん恐怖も躊躇も消されたテンパードだ。動きだけを封じるってのは想像以上に難儀だな。
He's not wrong.
それがあの子たちのこれからの世界が選んだ道よ。難しいと知っていて、それでも槍を貸してくれるとあなた言ったでしょ。
Secretly, he's having fun.
違いない。
あれが第三軍団長ウェルギリア。シリナたちに加勢したいとこだけど。
She's got like a spear
こ
gun.
ちらもなかなか隙がないな。
来てくれたの？気合入った。もう一丁。さあ行くよ。
作戦は順調だ。あとは我ら本体がここを突破するのみ。
一丁やっちゃるよ。
Alright, you go, Magnus. No, that was Pippin.
第三軍団長ウェルギリアだ。
Julia has like really large guns. I like it.
待たせたな。殺しやしないが全員派手にぶっ飛ばす。
That's a good way to end a duty.
そのまま伸びていやがれ。再戦ならいつでも受けてやる。ただし、てめえが元に戻って全力でやり合えるようになったらな。
サドゥさ
ん。よかった。ありがとう。貴公が駆けつけてくれたおかげでどうにか事なきを得た。市長部隊の方も無事だったか。了解だ。では帝国兵の皆を保護しつつ偵察隊市長部隊と合流するとしよう。ガレマルドはもうすぐそこだ。
We have arrived.
やはり寒々しいな。と、初代皇帝ソルはその光景を前にして言うだろう。およそ800年前、ガレアン人がこの土地にやってきた。中央山脈以南の土地をめぐりコルボ人と戦うこと数百年。ついに敗北を喫して追いやられたのだ。彼らは血族と肩を寄せ合いながらいつ襲い来るともしれぬ異民族を、世界を睨み続けていた。だから選ばれたのだ。第六西暦1513年、軍団長となった若きソルによって魔導兵器による革新が始まった。精輪水を用いた機関が生まれたきっかけは何だったのか。あるいは内気な一兵卒に過ぎなかったソルがいかにして急速な出世を果たしたのか。真実を知る者はもういないだろう。ただ初めてその体で帝都に立った時の記憶をすくい上げるとするならば、上から眺めた時よりずっと寒々しいなと、確かそう思ったのだ。
誰もいないようですね。
私が知る限り、陸路でガレマルドに入る者はさほど多くなかったにせよ、ここは玄関口として栄えていたはずだが。
ええ、私の知る限りでも検問所や簡易宿が置かれて、 人が絶えず行き交う場所でした。
皆テンパードにされてしまったのか。
考えるのも大事だけど、とにかく調査拠点を作るべきじゃないかな。こんなところで野ざらしにされてたら長くは持たないよ。僕たちも保護したテンパードたちもね。
この場所を我々の一時的な拠点とさせてもらおう。速やかに全ての負傷者の手当てを、同時に滞在と調査に向けた準備を整えてほしい。
そいつは受けたまわるが、今後ここを足がかりにするってんなら、ひとまずの呼び名くらいはつけねえと不便だぞ。
では創設を踏みしめてきた我々らしく、キャンプブロークングラスとしよう。改めて皆よろしく頼む。
Alright, we made it to Camp Broken Glass. And it is time for me to go to the bathroom. Okay. I'm wondering if I should stop now or go a little further. I feel like I could push on just a little bit more. In spite of the obstacles we've faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little farther and we will reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Y'shtola and Graha to join us in that building to the northeast of the camp? Alice and I will meet you there. So I see someone fishing. A meeting? Yes, I'll make my way over once my head has cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon. Jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. Someone else just got here. You will be pleased to know that most of the Tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Aye, although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting? I will make my way there. What have you got for me? Hell's bells, this place is bloody freezing. Rather be tied to the top mast in a storm than suffer this cold any longer. Anyone can spare a swig of rum? That'll sort me right out. The Tempered soldiers are sleeping soundly while they undergo treatment. There are too many to attend at once, but I and the other healers will see to it eventually. Virgilia is in our care, along with the rest of the Tempered. Glory to Garlemald! Glory to Garlemald, as they still whisper in their sleep, even as they writhe in pain. Raban taught me a lot about military strategy during exercises in the fringes, coordinating units with wildly differing capabilities, surveying, and securing hostile terrain, that sort of thing. Now I have the chance to put his teachings into practice. We've asked the Ironworks members and some of our other comrades to stay with the airships. In the event we are discovered, we must be ready to move them swiftly to a safer location. This is all that remains of Laterum. Homes become empty husks. If this is the state of the outlying village, as I dread to think what has become of the capital. Oh, it's bad, Maxima. It's real bad. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone is here, we will begin.
さて、我々がこれからすべきことを整理しよう。大目的は2つ。生き残っている帝国民の捜索と保護、そして別物となり果てた魔道場の調査だ。
合わせてこの程度で何が起きたのかも確かめたいわ。テロフォロイの企みを見極めるためにもね。
であれば私に一つ心当たりが。実はマグナ・グラキエスで保護した兵士に民衆派の見知った顔があったのです。彼らのテンパード化を治療することができればガレマルドに何が起きたのか話を聞けるかもしれません。
いいじゃない。その治療私が引き受けるとしましょう。連れてきたポークシーを私にも貸してもらえて。どう
手伝った方がいい？
大丈夫。というより私の分も他のことを頼みたいの。この重苦しいエーテルになれるまでキャンプから出るのは控えた方が良さそうだから。
ああ、治療は進めてくれて構わねえが、ちと問題がある。ここいらの家は成林期間で暖を取ってるみたいなんだが、 それがどうにもうまく動かねえんだ。このままじゃ漏れなく全員氷漬けだぞ。うちの鍛冶師や甲冑師が大急ぎで代わりの品を用意するらしいが。
承知した。飛行士たちもそちらに加えて修理と対策を試みよう。
となると残りのメンツで探索になるが、飛空艇とキャンプの防衛にも人を割くべきだろうな。
テンパードと交戦した以上、テロフォロイにもこちらの動きは知られているはず。にもかかわらずこの静けさだ。油断させておいて襲うつもりなのか、あるいは
何か別の策略か。よし、ひとまず探索の方は俺が受け持つ。テートへ来たことがあるウリエンジェとエスティニアン、それからレジスタンスたちの力も借りたい。
こっちにも石膏の経験がある人が何人かいるよ。
助かる。それだけいれば市街地はカバーできそうだ。魔導城跡にも近づけるだけ近づいてみよう。あとはグラハもこっちでいいか。いざって時はバニッシュを頼む。
サンクレットには必要ないだろうけどな。大役任された。
それじゃあ私たちは防衛の方かしらね。
いや、キコーラとアルフィノ殿には他に頼みたいことがある。この拠点と市街地の間に広がるエブラーナ氷原、そこを見回って生き残りがいないか探してほしいのだ。闇雲に探すより旅慣れたキコーラの経験則を頼った方が見つけられるのではないかと思ってな。
Extensive travels is something of an understatement, but I suppose if there's nothing else that needs doing.
感謝する。せめて戻ってきた時に温かいスープでも出せるといいのだが。ではそれぞれの任務を開始してくれ。状況に
Well, if it's soup on offer, I'm going.
くれぐれも気をつけてほしい。
Okay, let's go. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. It makes me realize, too, that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them and quickly. Adeline is, as usual, milling about aimlessly. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like rather a tall order. Ahem. Since you ask, we're to scour the Eblin Rime for survivors. What? Wander around ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? It'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. Oh, hey. To the east. To the east! There it is. Okay, to the southeast. Should I get that done now or later? We'll do it later. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow. Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Ah, no, just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see o'er yon hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there, behind that tree. It looks like she's running away from something, though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I will track her. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go and Godspeed. I bet you he's got more in his pack. Alright, Adelynde, we're off. I see your footprints, and I'm going after the ether current. Fine, I'll go back to plot. This is the first place where we get flight. The first time we get here, although it will take till the very end, because they only give it to you with the final main scenario quest, which is fantastic. You can clear the area and then you have to leave. That's disgusting. These footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? I see more footprints. I see a destination. Aha! The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Yes! More stealth missions! Just what everyone's been asking for. Nope, no one here. Not a soul. Miss, there are monsters around. No one here. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh God. Haha! I found you now! Phew! Still in one piece. Who are you? Stay back! This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphanode. This is my sister Alice and our good friend Adelynde. We've no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the one responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telephoroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telephoroi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question. Ever since that night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled, as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were... The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Can you? Of course. Whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alice? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, yes, do as you will. Licinia's inner turmoil is writ plain on her face. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Before the Civil War, I was a student. The others were officials of some sort, I think. Even after all this time together, we hardly know the first thing about each other. What I do know is we're Garleans. When times are hard, we stick together, no matter what. I can feel my fingers again. All's well. All's well. Food in my belly and a song in my heart. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Emmeline's tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a vengeance. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification. The magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, Cerulia Ingens is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well. Yes, never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? Ha ha! 'Twas a joke! A joke! Ah, if I laughed, 'tis that I may not weep, so said the poet, and alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fell. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lay dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the dishevelled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash, as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness, but I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. That's a lot. What do you want? A tincture? May as well drink it, I suppose. This is a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular, made with quality components, crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from Locus Aminus, it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others, because all we've been hearing is the same music, being played over and over again. Home Beyond the Horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Aminus. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardships, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. They're deranged. Ah, what's that? So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Virgilia's troops heading towards the Magna Glacies a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Yeah, we beat them all. Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Virgilia and all her men are there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glacies? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships. Then there might be a way to... Licinia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? I heard a voice in there. A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby Almasty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people, too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few wild beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you've a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. If it's ceruleum you need, then ceruleum you shall have. Thank you so much. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky, too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Why don't I trust you? I'm not sure what else the Tappers might need besides provisions, though I dare say that capable fighters like yourself can offer them other forms of compensation. Culling dangerous beasts, that sort of thing. We're just gonna get that other one now. Even though it's really freaking far. Probably up in the park past Tertium. Fuck off. You fuck off too. Busy. Of course it is. of cars on a highway. And horrendous human experiments. Well, that's a fate that I don't want to be part of. Nope, nope, nope. It is indeed the one here. It's funny that this one didn't ping when I was closer to Camp Broken Glass. Alright, got all the ether currents on the ground for Garlemald. Because there's only 4 instead of 10. Oh god, that's the A rank. Son of a bitch! You stupid hunt trains need to clear these things out. Well, if anything else, I'm mapping the area very effectively. Hey guys, wanna just give me some ceruleum? Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? If the purebloods over at Victor's spoils hadn't given our way our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up arseholes thought they could come waltzing in here demanding ceruleum with nothing to offer in return. Ha! Looks like the boot's on the other foot now the capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, sellsword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got another thing coming. Alright, if that's how it's gotta be. Am I dead yet? Bow to me. There you are. Just after you left, Lucini asked me to go catch up with you, in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I have a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. And you fell for it? You fell for it, just like that. Who are you? What happened to the guards? Oh, I took them out. Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean? You were brought here from other lands. Girabania, Yanxia, Bozja, Dalmasca, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is Cerulia Ingens, still sustaining us even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Ha! Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days, what with the city in ruins. We take enough power to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps us stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent. We've got ceruleum by the barrel full. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Where? Even if we managed to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us, thanks to the Empire. And the knowledge and skills we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying here for the time being. As long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we know it is gone for good. Huh, gone for good. Regardless of what the Elsabard contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there will be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. So, you've come seeking ceruleum, have you? What? Those purebloods up at Victor's Spoils sent you? To turn to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I'd thought. Then again, Lucinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? But we only saw Lucinia and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Lucinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? Oh, I'll definitely be doing that. I can't for the life of me think why Lucinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we've delivered this ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. You can't think why, huh? Bye. Yeah, we could hear that thing. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alphanut would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. They are beating him up around the corner. He is beating them up around the corner. They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard. Forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness. Then in you swoop. Here to help? What rot. All a ploy. To make us lower our guard. Let you in. Put ourselves at your mercy. Put us in chains. Steal our lands. Get your revenge. You're wrong. It's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It's true. Lucinia was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'd never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot! Her sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicine ran out or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry. Or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. You invade our homeland, taint it with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. A Garlemald should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say who Lucinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries and theirs. I will join you in the search after. All right. Be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. I think that is the moon. Two sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the size. This is definitely them. Come on. The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so as not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphinote's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. I got bad news for you. The wet paper half buried in the snow appears to be a flyer for a theater group, though the run of shows advertised has long since ended. Empty bottle. The empty bottle smells faintly of alcohol. The thin coating of dirt indicates it has been here for some time and is unlikely to have any connection to Lucinia or his sister. fresh blood. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. The trail of blood leads southeastern. And here they lie. The two bodies are already cold.
見つけた。あっちに血痕があったの。その子たち多分獣に襲われ。嘘。どうして。
私たちは化け物よりもすまない君、怖がらせた。手を貸してくれるだろうか。彼女たちを隠れ家へ連れて帰りたいんだ。
私たちが弔ってもいいの？
わからない。でもここは風が冷たすぎるよ。この装置については私も聞いたよ。バリステの声がここから聞こえることがあるとか。あり得るはずがない。けれど事実、力儀屋たちはこれを持ち出そうとしていた。何か考えがあったのだと思う。だから少しの間だけこれを貸してほしい。私たちが君たちにとって何であるのか決して忘れない。忘れないからこそ探し続けていきたいんだ。君たちの大事な同胞や友達がこれから先雪原のただ中で凍えずに済む方法を。
There must have been something we could have done. But what? Should we have never even come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? I regret to inform you they would have died anyway. If only we'd had a chance to talk things over, but it's too late now. Too late by far. Alphinaud's resolve may be shaken, but he has not forgotten his duty. We have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia, and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. All right. Kill you. Oh, a butt slam. Oh, thank you. Treatment of the tempered is proceeding as well as can be expected. If there's anything to report, you'll be sure to know, though I gather you have a report of your own to deliver. Is something the matter? The twins look out of sorts, and you too seem a bit off. Forgive me for saying, but the three of you appear rather drained since your return. Is there aught I might do to be of assistance? We mustn't forget to send some of our allies to Tapper's Den. We still owe them for the bottle of ceruleum. Would you mind giving Lucia a full report? Alice and Alphinaud tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly, they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account? Well, it went.
一切承知した。各隊に共有し、生存者を発見した場合の対応についてより慎重を期してもらおう。
臣の報奨で眠っている方々については 後ほど私が保護に向かいます。
頼みます。力ギアたちのことについても伝えられそうだったらどうか包み隠さずに。
申し訳ない。キコーラに辛い思いをさせてしまったの。
辛かったのは私たちじゃないわ。でもありがとう。大丈夫だから他のみんなの状況を教えてもらえる？
だったら私から。今しがたルキアたちにも報告したのだけれど、九段の民衆派のテンパード化を直すことができたわ。彼らから話を聞けたおかげで少しは見えてきたわよ。テートがこの惨状になった経緯がね。知っての通り、バリステが急逝した後、新皇帝に名乗りを上げたネルワとそれに反対する人々によって内戦が引き起こされたの。テートを舞台としてネルワ派である第三軍団と反対派の主格である第一軍団が激戦を繰り広げたわ。
だけど普通なら自分たちの都で戦ったりしない。それは森に住まう者が木々を汚すのと同じ、誰にとっても忌むべき行いだ。なのに戦の火の手が上がってしまったのは、きっかけがあれば弾けてしまうほど敵意や怒りが蓄えられていたかららしい。
キコはギムリドでの戦いを覚えているだろうか。あの時バリステは早々に戦場から退いた。皇太子ゼノスは死亡しており、異形が肉体を操っている。そんな噂が流布されたことで、政敵であるティトゥスとその息子ネルワが非難を強めてきたからだ。
実際エリリブスがゼノスの体を操っていた頃よね。
ああ、だがティトゥスたちによる糾弾は真実にたどり着くことなく早急に収束してしまった。運動の主角だった者たちが次々と消えていったからだ。左遷された者だけでなく、不可解な急死を遂げた者までいたらしい。
おそらくエリディブスがうまく立ち回ったのでしょうね。いずれの件もバリステが直接関与したという証拠はなかった。だとしても得しているのが誰かを考えれば、ティトゥスとネルは彼らの擁する第三軍団がバリステによる粛清だと捉えたのは無理からぬ話よ。そうして彼らが怒りを募らせる中でバリステが暗殺された。実行犯として名が上がったのはガイウスたちよ。けれど直後にネルワが行為の後継者に名乗り出たことで、バリステの直属だった第一軍団はティトゥス・ネルワ派が仕掛けたクーデターだと捉えたの。
互いに先に剣を振り上げてきたのは相手だと考えていたわけだね。
加えてどちらにもそのタイミングで多額の資金提供があった。双方今戦えば相手を潰せるという目論みだったでしょう。
第三軍団にブルトゥス家からお金が流れてるって話は前に聞いたと思うけれど、第一軍団にも？
ええ。そして民衆派が調べたところによれば、いくらかの組織を経由してはいたものの、第一軍団に資金を流したのもブルトゥス家だったようです。
ファダニエル、朝日になりすました彼に両軍団とも乗せられたのか。
そうして戦闘が始まり、数日が過ぎた夜のこと、治療した民衆派の同志によれば、爆発のような衝撃を感じたと。そこで記憶が途切れ、マグナ・グラキエスで我々と戦ったことも全く覚えていないそうです。ただ魔道場を改築したことについては、夢の中でバリス帝の命令を受けた気がすると言っています。ガレマールの意向を世界に示さん、バブイルの塔を築き上げよと。
いないはずのバリスの声、それって
君たちにも見てもらいたいものがある。
このラジオからバリス帝の声が録音されたものでないとしたら、確かに不可解ですね。
あら、同意見のようね。
もらったゴフとその装置に使われている鉱石、すごく似たエーテルを帯びているように感じるんだ。
私にもそう見えるわ。意図してはいないでしょうけれど、その装置でもある程度はエーテル放射を遮断できるのではないかしら。だとしたら、そうね。さっきの話にあった爆発のような衝撃を感じた夜に、ガレマルド一帯にエーテル放射があった。多くの人は精神汚染を受けたけれど、ラジオのそばで戦況を聞こうとしていた人だけが助かった。なんて真相だったのかもしれないわ。
だからリキニアたちはこれを。
お話中すみません。警備中に私たちが運び込んだ物資を持ち出そうとしている帝国兵らしき方を見つけました。テンパードではないみたいです。戦いになりかけたのですが、マグナイさんがどうにか止めてくれて、今は外で待機してもらっています。
行ってみよう。
ジュラス。
彼が
彼は恥知らずの売国どめ。
ルキア・ユニウス、イシュガルドの神殿騎士だ。
ユルスピル・ノルバヌス、それ以上侵略者にくれてやる情報はない。
ではユルス殿、我々がここにいる目的は侵略ではないことをまずご理解いただきたい。エオルゼアおよび東方諸国はテロフォロイと名乗る者たちが招いた混乱と戦っている。ガレマルドの民も同じだろう。故に 苦境に抗う同胞として貴公らを支援しに来た。そのために結成された有志の派遣団なのだ。分かった。私たちを受け入れられないならそれでいい。ただ一つ確認させてくれ。ちゃんと生きていく当てはあるのか。幽国の軍人である貴公が盗みを選んだほどだ。相当に逼迫した事態だとお見受けする。必要なものがあれば伝えてほしい。押し付けられたとでも奪ってやったとでも思ってもらって構わない。
お前たちとの関わり方を決めるのは俺じゃない。俺の上官だ。だから上官と直接話をしてもらう。代表者を出せ。多くても3人までだ。
どうしたものかしらね。乗るって言うなら私たちで。
よければ私とアリ勢に行かせてくれないだろうか。
あなたたち。
ガレマルドの人々にとっては命と未来をかけた選択なんだ。私たちもちゃんと同じものをかけよ
今度は来ていいって言ってくれてるわけでしょ。願ったり叶ったりだわ。
What would your mother say if I let you two go by yourselves?
貴公がそういうのであれば異論を唱えるのはやめよう。くれぐれもよろしく頼む。
子供2人に傭兵風情か。侮られたものだな。
そちらこそ侮らないでいただきたい。彼らは十分すぎるほど我々を代表するに足る者たちだ。
俺たちの拠点まではしばらく歩く。武器は返してもらうぞ。
And that is where we shall end today's stream. We are still in a sanctuary. So with that, I bid you good night for now. More to follow.